Hey guys, Dr. Claudia Challoner with Movement RX, and today we're going to be talking about the box squat and how if it's not in your programming right now, how it can potentially benefit and get you stronger for your CrossFit. So just a few of the benefits with a box squat is that it's going to be involving a little bit more of our hips, even though we have full hip engagement with our regular squats, but this is just going to be a little bit more of that posterior chain, glutes, and hamstrings involved with that. It's also going to be taking a little bit of stress on the knee. A lot of you guys are into Olympic lifting, and so when we bounce out of the hole with that Olympic lift, if we're constantly bouncing out, that can be a lot of stress on the knees. So this is another variation of the squat that can kind of deload that position for you, but you're still getting into squat motion. Another thing is this is actually a great exercise for someone that has poor ankle mobility. So as someone gains more ankle mobility, then you can start progressing back into regular squats. So this is another variation for them. The other good thing about this is that you're completely coming to a dead stop in the bottom position. So kind of similar to almost like a pause squat, is we're taking out of the momentum of the bottom and then working out, exploding out of the hole, okay? And then of course, having variation into your programming with squats is really important. It's fun, and then it also reduces your stress of overuse. So we're just going to go through some key points with the box squat. So it's going to be a slightly wider stance. So when we're sitting up, we want a slightly wider stance. So this is my normal squat position. I'm going to go a little bit wider, and I'm also going to angle my toes out just a little bit. Okay, so we don't want to have our toes completely forward, because then we're going to create a lot of extra torque in the knee while we go into that wider stance position. So toes slightly out. The big thing is we still want to keep that neutral spine with our squat. We still want to be driving those knees out. The big change here is we're going to have vertical shins. So when I go into my normal squat, you can see that my knee is definitely more forward, okay? My shins are pointed in a forward angle, and I'm going to have extra range of motion at my ankle. So with the box squat, we're actually going to have more of a vertical shin. So as I sit back, okay, I have more of a vertical shin position, not this. So if you see people doing box squats and they're doing this, it's kind of defeating the purpose of what we're utilizing them for. So for your setup, you want to be able to control yourself on the way down. You want to be able to sit softly. So a lot of people that are going into their box squat position, we don't want kind of just plopping down. We want to be able to control that position all the way down and then sitting fully back. So I'm going into that position, making my torso vertical as I sit back, taking away all that momentum, and then I'm exploding out of the hole with that, okay? You want to try to work to a parallel or below parallel position. So obviously this is a little bit high for me, so as I get better with my box squats, I can start taking them away as I progress, and then work on sitting back in it, and then exploding out of the hole. So we can do our back squats like this. We can do front squats, making sure that with your position that you're not losing your back angle, over-extending that back as you drop down, but still keeping neutral spine, belly button in towards your spine, and then carrying down there. We still want full foot contact, so a lot of people have a tendency to kind of fall back on their heels. Make sure you're still driving that big toe into the ground as you're descending and coming out of the hole with that. Okay, so anyway guys, that was the box squat. If you guys have any questions, you can feel free to check out our website. But it's important to remember that squats are good for you, whether you are sitting down to the toilet, whether you are 80 years old and sitting down into a chair, or you're a world-class powerlifter. Squatting is important, so it's good to vary up your workouts and incorporate more squats into it. So have a good one.